Hi everyone, it's Lucinda Curran here from Eco Health Solutions, and I have the pleasure to speak with one of the speakers from the Environmental Health Conference, Elizabeth O'Brien. Hi Elizabeth, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Lucinda. Lovely to hear from you.
It's so great to have you here, and I was wondering, first of all, could you just tell everybody what it is that you do?
Well, I run the LED Group and have done for nearly 30 years. It's a charity that has an information and referral free service over the phone and email. We have 3 websites. We run an art competition called Volcano Art Prize, and we also have the kits that help people to be able to collect samples, post them to the lab, and get results back with interpretation and comments and advice on what to do about any lead contamination found.
Fantastic, you do so many wonderful things. What piqued your interest in environmental health?
It was actually very early on at school that I became interested in plants and ecology. I studied science and specialized in botany and mycology, and then when I became a teacher, I went to a school where there was a lead study, lead in air and lead in children's blood, and that remained with me as a memory when I had my own children and suddenly was hit with the reality that I had brought up my children in a home renovated by someone else who knew nothing and had possibly even caused the miscarriage of their own child through their poor practices with creating lead dust in the home. And then I discovered, of course, that my own 3 children were all lead poisoned due to that home, and another older home that we lived in after that. And it went from there, just discovering where the lead was coming from, which was petrol and paint mostly, and demolition and all sorts of lead historical contamination in soil and dust. And more recently discovered lead is also quite often in our drinking water. So we've come a long way in the development of the information that we provide to people through our websites and over the phone and online. And we have come to the realization that it's not just an environmental health problem that affects children. It really has affected everyone alive on the planet today. And my focus now is what will happen as my children age, what will happen as I age, what will happen when our parents get older and the lead that they've taken in over their years comes back into their bloodstream, causing heart attack and stroke, early death, dementia, osteoporosis, and so on. So my focus has gone basically from secondary lead poisoning prevention to primary lead poisoning prevention, meaning getting the lead out of petrol and paint in Australia, and now to tertiary lead poisoning prevention. That means stopping the lead that's in our bodies from actually causing us harm as we age.
Fantastic. It's such incredible work that you're doing and so important. And I know we've spoken together a few times about how frequently we need to test for lead and the fact that people just aren't aware. So incredible topic. And you're going to be speaking about lead at the Environmental Health Conference. Could you tell us a little bit about what you'll be talking about?
Yes, well, that focus on testing is absolutely vital, and to have building biologists know that they need to carry out testing, that they can purchase a lead group kit and be able to get the instructions on how to sample appropriately, how to send their samples to the lab, and then to receive a set of recommendations and comments and interpretation of those results. And we've actually more recently also found that sometimes people think that they're better off employing a environmental consultant to collect their samples and and write them a very expensive, thousands of dollars report, but those reports simply don't fill the bill for what can I do to make my family lead safe? What can I do to make my workplace lead safe? They're only able to get that sort of advice from lead group kids. So that will be the focus of my talk, and the question time, of course, will always be the most interesting part. I love to field questions on lead, and I've answered over 100,000 queries about it, and I always find that I learn something from every group of people that ask questions about lead. So it's a great topic, endless topic, always going to be learning about it.
Fantastic. And apart from obviously my excitement to hear much more about this from you, why else should people come to the Environmental Health Conference?
Well, I hear that there's going to be a wonderful array of speakers, and I know that lead is just one issue. I know it's the most common contaminant, and the one that actually impacts almost as much as cigarette smoke, they say, causing as many deaths as cigarette smoke. So the other speakers will obviously be presenting, some of them a broad range of topics, and other specific topics in environmental health. But all in all, you will get a grand overview of the issues and the information that you need to know to be a building biologist.
Thank you. And there's so much for the general public too. It's going to be such a great day. So we'd love to see you guys there at the conference. Thank you, Elizabeth, for your time today and also at the conference. And everybody, if you want to come along, the link is just down below, so you can grab your tickets now.